WHITEBOY.radio. We're back with another one, man. So this video, I want to speak about, this is somebody that I actually know who's doing life sentence, and but more or less, it's about PRR, prison release reoffender. You know, in different states, California has, for a long time, they do, I don't know if they still have it, pretty sure they do, the 3-strike thing. Okay. For my understanding of that, I'm not in Cali, but for my understanding of that, it is, you know, the third crime that you get, if you do the same crime 3 times, you know, at that third conviction, I believe it is a life sentence. Okay. So comparing that to Florida's prison release reoffender, they are similar in some aspect. You don't have to do 3 times here. So when you get released out of prison in Florida, you have, when you're about to get released, they make you sign a piece of paper, and it is there's a whole bunch of boxes that are checked, and it is certain crimes. If you get arrested for, if you get convicted of these crimes after getting released out of prison, it is you will get PRR. Prison release reoffender. That is an enhancement charge. It's an enhancement on the charge. So there are different enhancements as well in Florida. There's something called, you know, career criminal. That's if you have, you know, it speaks for itself. If you're somebody who's always in and out of jail and prison, at some point after, you know, after felony convictions, they can slap that on you. So these enhancements are, that's exactly what they are. You know, so the average person out here that gets convicted for possession of anything, just pick a substance, you know, that charge carries 5 years. Okay. That is the max. I believe that's the max you can get on that charge. It's a 3rd-degree felony. Okay. You know, 5 years, no one's going to get 5 years for a possession charge. Majority of the time, especially if it's your first time getting it, you're going to get probation or something like that. You know, if you've gotten a possession in the past, then they're going to come at you with a deal. You know, not 5, but it might be a few years, but you'd have to literally go to trial and lose to get the max of that charge. Now, that's just one example here. Okay. And that's a 3rd-degree felony, but getting out of prison, if you catch the PRR charges, they enhance it. Okay. Enhance it, big time. A lot of guys get out of prison and get a fresh 15 years because the way they stipulate this is it's not when you get released, it's on you for 3 years. So it's 2021 right now. If somebody gets released out of prison today, they have to stay PRR free for 3 years. So in 24, they'll have the PRR off them. And if they were to do one of these charges after that, the enhancements off of them. Okay, that's what the story I want to say. It's pretty serious, man. The charges are easy though if you're living your life right. Okay, there a lot. Almost every burglary is on this list. Okay, almost every burglary. So that is where a lot of guys get messed up. Then there's the obvious things, you know, carjacking. Okay, aggravated violent stuff. You know what I mean? So it's really not that hard, but it can also be easy. Okay. I don't know if it's aggravated battery. Okay. That's on there or not. I'm going to actually look this up here just 1 second. But as far as burglary and as far as violence goes, you can get tricked up into it. And that's what this story is about. I'll give you an example. I was scared of PRR because you never know, man. It could be a bar fight. Okay. A bar fight for the average man is just a misdemeanor thing. You go, you bond out, and you don't even worry about it. Okay. But, you know, they can stipulate charges really, really different, and they can really pen screw you, man. You know, a battery is just two men fighting, okay? But if you break the dude's nose in the fight, okay, the cop can write it up all types of ways, man. So you can get tricked up on this. Burglar, so that was what I was always afraid of. Just get into a bar fight, or you never know what's going to happen. But burglary stuff, you know, you really have to be somebody who's not working, or you have a monkey on your back, okay? And that's where this story comes into place. If you see the thumbnail, this guy, I caught first charge ever with this guy. It was tampering with a witness. Okay, so here in Florida, if somebody tells on you, let's just say you had some work and you're doing your thing, okay, and somebody tells on you, sets you up, whatever, and you file the right way to get your paperwork, and you know that that guy told on you, you could absolutely prove it. If you put your hands on him, it's a second-degree felony. It's called tampering with a witness. I believe it's a second-degree felony. It might be a third. At the time I caught this, it was a third, and I was very young, juvenile. Okay, I caught it on my buddy sticking up for him on a case that he caught. Okay, now as life went on, me and this guy kind of went our own way. When we were younger, we used to do a lot of crazy things together. Not saying that, look, I had to grow up, man. Later in life, I had to get it together later in life. Okay, not afraid to say it. But we just went our own ways. You know how it is when you're coming up. You have, for me, I had a lot of groups of friends, especially coming up. You know, I was cool with the surfers. I'm cool with the skaters. I had some goth friends. I had friends of every single little circle that you could think of. There wasn't one that I just didn't, you know, mess with. Okay. So, you know, we went our different ways, but still cool, you know. And I would always run into this dude's father. He's a manager at Publix, man, and would always check on him because I felt bad what happened. I went to prison for my first time after catching that charge with him. As he went to a program and I went to a program when we caught this charge. Then we both went in and out of jail. Okay, but I ended up going to prison after he went for his first time. He was in, he did longer to be his first time. We both got out, and I eventually went in after he went in the second time. But I'll never forget the second time that he went into prison. It's pretty, people are gonna be like, what in the heck? But I wanna stress this PRR thing, okay? So this dude got out and he was under PRR, and he got a monkey on his back. Look, the opiate thing, I'm sure a lot of you have dealt with it yourself. If not personally you, then I'm sure somebody that you know, whether it's friend, family, whatever, coworker, whatever, has been through it. So you've seen the side of addiction. He got out and got the monkey, but it was not only the opiates, he was on bars too. And he took a bunch of Xans and he went to go hit a house. The people were not there. He went in there, and you know, when you come out of prison, you might be, maybe you smoke some Tucci inside the joint, or maybe you get a bar or a perk every now and then, but it's not an everyday thing. It's very hard to get a monkey inside of prison. It happens, but for the most part, you're sober. Your mind is clear. And when you come out, if you used before you went in, you're going to get straight clear. And when you come out, you're going to go back to using the same amount or what you were used to before you went in. And that's what happened here. You know, where I'm from here in Florida, there's a lot of fake bars going around. There's fake everything going around. Okay. But, you know, he took some bars, he got barred out. He's in there trying to hit this house. And look, when you take bars, yeah, when I was younger, there's two things I would do on bars: fight and steal. And evidently, and get munchies. And that's what happened here. He went into the house, no fighting, but he went in there to steal stuff. He got the munchies. He literally was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and nodded out. He nods out in the kitchen, literally nods out directly on the peanut butter sandwich. I mean, to talk about a tough break. So he's hitting the house, making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with munchies, and nods out. Takes a Xan nap, probably a Xan and an oat nap, whatever. He's nodded out, drooling on himself, peanut butter and jelly everywhere, nods out. The people come home, walk in, see him nodded out, and call the law. I don't remember or know if he scrambled when that happened. I'm sure he come up, they were screaming at him or whatever, and he scrambled, and he probably resisted. But needless to say, whatever the ending outcome was, the dude gets caught. Man, the enhancement was life. It was life. This dude is doing a life sentence for that story. It's crazy. It's that easy. It's that easy. It's sad. I check up on this dude a lot, man, because remember, I grew up with him. We went our separate ways, but that could have been me. Wow. I mean, that is a serious story. I mean, it's just weird, I guess, for me to tell this story because, yeah, it's going to go on the internet. People are going to clown on him. It is. Hey, look, it is not hurting my feelings. He's a moron for doing that. But I know the dude, and it's sad that his life is thrown away because of PRR. PRR is serious, man. It's very hard to beat these charges. If you do the crimes that they tell you not to do within a 3-year mark, it doesn't matter if you have Johnny Cochran. You know, you already signed your name on the dotted line before you got released from prison. They keep it and hold it in a file. So you already basically admitted to not doing this. They hold it. Now you got out of the prison and you're in the streets and you're doing dumb things. So when you get booked for signing your name on the dotted line, you have no defense because you said you're not going to do it. A point worth mentioning is that paper that they make you sign when you're getting released. You have to sign it. There's no refusal to sign that. It's literally part of your release package. You know, you have to sign it. I believe you go to confinement if you don't. I don't remember exactly, but that's like the very important part of the package. And you know, right after that, you have a little bit more time left, and then they give you the $100 when you leave. I think it's $50 now. But I'm going to read you the PRR papers. What is a prison release reoffender? Florida statute provides a special set of punishment for defendants classified as prison release reoffenders. A PRR is a defendant who, 1, commits a felony, 2, within 3 years release from federal or state prison, and 3, for a crime punishable by at least 1 year in the prison state of Florida. Status applies to the sentencing of a defendant for committing one of the following felonies. Here's a list: treason, murder, manslaughter, sexual battery, carjacking, home invasion robbery, arson, kidnapping, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated battery, aggravated stalking, aircraft piracy, unlawful throwing, placing, or discharging a destructive device or bomb, any felony that involves the use of threat of physical force or violence against an individual, armed burglary, burglary of a dwelling, or burglary of an occupied structure. One of 5 other felonies involving weapons, crimes against children, sexual misconduct. The PRR is subject to a stricter minimum sentence of sentencing enhancements. You know, I never knew this to just doing this video this here. This is actually new to me by reading these to you guys. It says any felony that involves the use or threat of physical force or violence against an individual. Just think about that for a second. Somebody coming home is under these conditions. That's basically, man, I'll tell you what, this should be no prison genre. If these dudes are under the PRR and they even threaten a troll, that's a PRR offense. I'm just saying. I don't remember that one. Wow. But anyway, life for a peanut butter sandwich. It's serious, man. I didn't want to tell this one because the dude is my friend, and I don't see his dad anymore. But when I lived on the other side of Florida, his dad was, I said, one of the managers at a grocery store, and at the time he was, and I used to check on this dude, and through his dad. Of course, they're on the phone all the time, sends money, whatever. But man, it is important that I put this out here, because if you have people coming home, I don't know what state you're from or where you reside, but people watching these channels, they have family, they have friends, they know people, or even coworkers that you have. If they're coming home, you need to educate them and let them know. Show them this video. It's just this easy, man. That's life. That's not coming home. And thank God I'm well past this thing here. Thank God. I remember when I was within the time limits, it was nervous feeling when some things happened. But it's not for this video, or it's not for the internet. To the next one, man. Stay out, stay safe, stay solid, man. Stay 10 steps ahead of PRR and of all the shenanigans we see out here in the world. It's WHITEBOY Radio. Check the link in the description. Check out the little subscribe button right here and the blue join button for the perks of the memberships. Share the video, like it. See y'all on the next one.